Okay, so moving on from doing your law exam and potentially doing a referee course, depending on where you are, what next? Well, it's getting out there on the pitch and taking those first steps alone in the middle. I use the word alone because I don't think you necessarily are alone, and you shouldn't be. So what gives us the confidence, or what's given referees the confidence to actually do that? So it's a question that I asked a couple of referees, and everybody's responded, which has been amazing. Thank you. So I asked two different questions. I asked some referees what did they feel they needed to step out in the middle of the pitch, and they all pretty much said support. I then asked most of you guys what support, if any, did you have when you first started your game, which I had so many responses to. It was brilliant. I'll explain what I think I needed, and yeah, rightly, wrongly. So for me, for confidence, I'm naturally not that confident when it comes to things I have not much knowledge about. So for me, gaining knowledge was key in terms of knowing or trying to know the law the best I could. Also feeling physically fit enough to do the job is also something I think has an impact. Also looking the part, being looking like a referee. You're not just turning up in a t-shirt and some joggers or whatever, actually having kit there. I think you're respected more by the people that you're refereeing. Support also is a crucial, and I think the most crucial thing, and whether or not that support comes in the way of an actual referee advisor, a parent, a friend, a coach, that support is paramount, I think, to whether or not somebody never picks up a whistle after that first game ever again, or whether or not they actually think this isn't too bad. So if you've never picked up the whistle ever and you're thinking, actually, I could potentially referee, I would quite like the idea of refereeing, my advice would be, once you've done your course, once you've done your laws, is get to your local society, wherever that may be, or ask at your local club who are referees there. The support within referees is just incredible. Often referees, it runs through their veins, rugby runs through their veins, and they are so willing to take time to turn up on a Sunday or an evening, just to come and be there and support you as you take that first steps, knowing just what you need as a referee, a whistle, spare whistle, cards, scoring, all those kind of things. What you need to say to players before the game starts, and prep, mental prep for the game, they're there, that they can be that support for you. You haven't got to do it alone. So if you think you are alone, you really aren't. But yeah, definitely get some support. Even actually if it's your mum or your dad, and they're there to just give you a hug at the end of the game if that's what you need. But ideally, my experience would be get a referee. They can give you so much more. They've actually been there. They know what it's like to take those first steps onto the pitch, and they're, as I say, any referee I'm sure would come and support anybody, regardless as to what age grade. If it's just tag rugby and you need that confidence, I'm fairly sure that there is, or 100% sure that there will be somebody within the referees that will help you take those first steps. As you progress and you think actually it's not too bad, you tap into a bigger network of more referees. So in my society, there's lots of referees. Talking to different referees, you get an idea of you're not always perfect. You're never going to be perfect. Even the professional referees, you know, they get things wrong, they miss things all the time. They don't know some of the laws. So don't be too hard on yourself either. You're going to miss things. You're going to stand in the wrong position. You're going to come off the pitch sometimes and think that, what was I doing? But that's all normal. That's completely normal. And you need to know that. Which is why I asked quite a lot of referees, as I said, what support they got, and it was really interesting because depending on what region or area of the world some people get what support people got. Some people got it straight away, so once they'd done the course they were assigned a mentor for their first game. Some people were done the course and they then had to referee a game with no support. And those people, when I spoke to them in more detail, said they definitely wish they had support. They very nearly put down the whistle, and because of maybe abuse that they got at the game, or just felt that they didn't do a good enough job and hated it. Get support is what I'm saying. And if you're lacking in confidence, even if you're the most confident person and you think that you know all the things about rugby, I can almost guarantee refereeing is completely different. So I would definitely get support, because even if you think you know everything, if you've never actually refereed, you may be in the wrong place. Your management of the game is different than a player, than actually playing it. So I would definitely get online, and there's loads of online support as well. So through referee.net, through some of the local societies, they are doing webinars. which over lockdown period, I've got on as many or watched as many as I can. There's definitely been things that I've watched and listened and thought, no, I'm going to take that back as soon as I can get on the pitch, and put that into practice. And again, it's practice. It's doing something consistently. I think confidence comes from, as well, doing something over and over again and thinking, oh, actually I am doing okay at it. But if you've got nobody there to say, actually you're doing okay, how do you know? So I think what I'm ultimately saying is, in the very early stages of refereeing, you definitely need support, and support is there, and if you haven't had support and you've done a game and you said never again, never ever again, I urge you to at least go find another referee and speak to them about it, and with their support, give it another go, because I think that makes a difference. I've been really lucky with the support that I've got from my society and advisors, and ongoing support that I get. I really can't thank them enough. So yeah, any questions, give me a shout. I will try and help point people in the right direction if I can, or even if it's just a chat about how you felt, and why you perhaps don't have that confidence. I'm interested to know if there is anybody out there that is watching this now and did referee and then hasn't because you hated it. Drop me a message. I'm curious to know those reasons why, and see if there's any way we as a referee as a can support. So yeah, thank you again for everybody that responded to all of the Spanish Inquisition that I gave a lot of referees, as one said. Yeah, so really appreciate it. Thanks very much.